What's up, VIP gang, and welcome back to the VIP Lounge. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. Today, as you saw in the title, I just want to quickly share my experiences dating disability versus dating disabled, okay? So I'm going to start with the disability relationship. I only had one relationship with somebody with a disability. And honestly, we had a good relationship. Even though I realized that I wasn't in love with this person, I did like them. I did like them a lot, but just not enough to have fallen in love with them. Because along the way, I realized that this person is somebody that lived a chunk of their life without a disability. They then acquired a disability along the way in their adult life. So I think that transition from being a person without a disability to being a person with a disability was really difficult for them. It took a very long time for them to deal with it. And I think even up to now, they're still grieving that past life that they lived without a disability. And I think what makes it prolong the grieving process is the people around us that make us continue to grieve. There's certain ways that we can support people who have joined the disability community. I don't know why people tend to become a little, what can I call it, suffocating. Yeah, there's a certain way that people with disabilities are treated. It's like you're being micromanaged, being treated like a little child. There's not much flexibility and independence for people like us, especially those that have acquired a disability in their adult life. It's very difficult, very challenging. But in terms of my relationship with the person with a disability, we had a good relationship and we came from similar backgrounds, shared similar values. He was a great guy, really, really amazing. But the relationship ended because, as I say, he was dealing with a very traumatic experience, and in some way, this guy was projecting that traumatic experience and energy onto me, and I couldn't deal with that. And I think that's the challenge. I was born with my disabilities, so I've never really needed to drastically find a way to adapt or adjust. So being that person who's been in a space where there's a lot of positivity, love, and just good energy, I felt like I was struggling to be there for him because from where I was, from where I was sitting or standing, I felt like this guy was not seeing the positivity and light I was bringing into the relationship. You know, he was just stuck in his depression and grief, and I felt like maybe he's the one who moved a little too quickly to jump into a relationship when he hasn't really processed or dealt with the transition from being a person without a disability to being a person with a disability. So that's what ended our relationship. But we really connected well. Our birthdays were 2 weeks apart, which is really cute. And even where we come from is close. So yeah, that's a bit about the disability relationship I was in. I was in many interracial relationships, or not relationships per se, but I have dated a lot of people without disabilities. I was about to say non-disabled, but I heard that a lot of people don't like the word non, so let's just stick to people with and without disabilities. So yeah, I connected with a lot of people without disabilities because of the exposure. Unfortunately, people with disabilities face a lot of problems and challenges. Poverty, unemployment, limited access to education, and that affects us on so many levels. Socially, intellectually, financially. It's a whole other situation if you ask me. So I think that's the struggle I have. I come from a successful family, but not one successful. I watched my parents working so hard to achieve most of the things that they achieved, right? So I'm grateful and I'm very blessed and fortunate that I come from a good family. I got to travel, I got to do so many things growing up. And unfortunately, a lot of people with disabilities don't get to do that in their childhood. Some people only get to do it in their adulthood, or some people don't even get a chance to get that exposure. Go out to fancy restaurants, travel the world, wear nice clothes and all these cool stuff. So that's how I was able to connect with people that don't have disabilities because these are normal things to them. Traveling, going out to eat, it's basic things to them. To not all of them though. I know that there are people without disabilities who don't have it easy. But I guess socially I connected with people that don't have disabilities more than people with disabilities. But in general, if you ask me honestly, I think that when it comes to dating and relationships, it's not so much about the disability. It's more to do with the person, their values, their heart. If you ask people that have been in incredible relationships or general relationships with people that don't have disabilities or people with disabilities who have dated other people with disabilities, you will find that there's one thing in common. It's about compatibility. It's about connection, mutual understanding. Some people do make it about disability, but really it's not. It's just about establishing that common ground that connects you guys, companionship and assistance. I remember one time there was this person that asked me that a random question. They said to me, what value do you add to a relationship or marriage, given that you have multiple disabilities? And my answer to that was, marriage is a whole different picture for Israel. Marriage is exactly what you want it to look like, what you want it to feel like. You decide what marriage is to you and what you would want it to look like. If you feel that I can't add any value in marriage, then I'm not the one for you. There's obviously somebody out there who's going to see me as wife material, as a high value woman or high quality girl. What we look for in a relationship or marriage is very, very different. Someone is looking for a caregiver. Someone is looking for a friend. Someone is looking for a companion. Someone is looking for someone to look after them financially. So it really goes down to what you want and what would complement you on so many levels, spiritually, socially, career-wise. mentally, physically. Someone might not like me because I am petite. They have a personal preference of voluptuous women, people with a preference of interracial relationships. So at the end of the day, it's about putting in the work. We all want that relationship. We all want that job. But do we want to work? That's the question. Because both parties need to put in the work, whether there's a disability or there isn't. It's about collaborative effort and making our daily life or relationship or marriage beautiful as possible. So yeah, that is my experience dating disability versus dating interabled. Let me know in the comments what your experiences are, the struggles you face or have faced, whether you dated in a disabled relationship or interabled or interracial or interreligious. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys have learned and some of the adjustments you had to make for those relationships to work. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys deep and I will see you in the next one. Bye!